Hey everybody. My name is Sherry. I'm an adult with ADHD and it is Friday. I think it's January 17th. I don't even know. So I've been adjusting. I'm an adult with ADHD. I wanted to pop on really quick and I wanted to address this to my fellow neurodivergent friends who have recovered from burnout. I'm recovering from burnout, and each week, and I've come back to work one day a week, and I've been back for about a month, and I've been trying to make my rest days after my one day a week be shorter and shorter, and it's messing me up, all that rest, because I'm getting nothing done. So luckily the last couple weeks, I'm walking around in circles because all this rest is messing me up. I'm trying to get better, and I was slowly getting better on my break, and I was almost at normal. I came back to work. Working one day makes me have to rest at least a solid day, and then I'm almost okay the next day. Yesterday I was actually to the point where I could go out and do things. And resting for multiple days if you have ADHD is not good. Not good. So I have ADHD inattentive type. And so I could easily, if I'm tired or if I relax too much, I could easily space out. So it's Friday. I worked on Monday. That is because I felt like total garbage. The physical exhaustion is really annoying. If you guys see this and it seems negative, this is actually good because this is gonna push me. When I get fed up and I'm like, this is bullshit, that's actually good because otherwise I just never change. And it seems to be, for me, everyone's different. It's not healthy. But those are the times that push me into action. So why am I walking in circles? Because I had an idea, and this might help you. So if you have ADHD, like me, if you are new to learning about it, or if you have ADHD, maybe if you have autism, if you are recovering from burnout and the socializing aspect because of the heavy masking you have to do, and for some reason puts your body in exhaustion for a couple of days, and it makes you feel insane, and you don't know why. Anybody who is in like healthcare knows if you can't rest too much. So that's the question that I have. I look good because I curled my hair and I got ready. I was going to go finally do an errand that I need to do. And this is like a time sensitive thing, but I was physically like sick. And it's really hard to see the line. I'm like, am I feeling sorry for myself? Is this in my head? Could it just be different? So what I was thinking is maybe when I get up, I'm going to try this. Here's my question. So I do have diagnosed major depression. I hope I'm not making you dizzy. I'm afraid to stop walking. I'm going to fall asleep and I'm going to rest more. And I'm tired of resting all the time. I'm tired of feeling like shit. I'm tired of feeling like this drained battery. And eventually you need to get up and move your body. I still feel and it's like, when is it too much? When can we start? I'm not even articulating my words right. So I guess what I'm saying is, if it's depression that creates those symptoms, you need to do these kinds of things. You need to slowly make yourself walk and do movement. Now the self-care things are all the same. Drinking your water, making sure you have nutritious food if you can, taking your vitamins, getting enough rest, really making sure you drink your water and you take your medicine consistently, which is very hard for ADHD folks. If you're like me, anyway. That's the same. But if you're in burnout and you try to push against it, you push yourself back into burnout. And so you rest more. And it's not good for us to rest too much, right? I feel like my body's disintegrating. My joints, like all this rest is bad. But, if you're burnout and you push, you put yourself back into burnout. So depression and burnout feel very, very similar to me, at least with my particular kind of depression and the symptoms I get with it. There's a lot of physical exhaustion that comes with it. That makes it very confusing. So right now I'm pushing against it. I'm going to walk for a little while. So I can see I've been walking for 6 minutes. Like I said in a previous video, I'm not in shape yet, so I wanted to do a bridge activity, something in between being sedentary and working out. So just kind of start. Something that kind of slowly start me back and not be too much. So I'm rambling because I haven't eaten yet or had my coffee. I did take my pills. I did fill my water. Let this be your friendly reminder from your ADHD friend who also forgets her medication all the time. If I didn't have up these tools, get yourself a water bottle, something that will work for you. If you need to put blinders on, if you cannot walk from this room to the next room without 3 different distractions because your brain is like squirrel. Laundry, things to do. Oh, I gotta write this down. This, that. You literally, it's sometimes you can't even go in the next room without forgetting why you went in there. Now, that happening sometimes is normal for anyone, especially if you're tired, but it's a problem. So whatever you have to do, put a million notes on your walls, say pills. If you have to put blinders on, if you have to do this with your face, if you have to say the word pills out loud and you start to be able to redirect yourself. I mean, this is if your symptoms are bad. Those of you who have ADHD and your symptoms are not that bad right now, you're going to be like, okay. You might get distracted once and you can rein that in. Oh, God. But if you get a burnout, man, it's like a different animal. You can't. I'm thinking, how far are we in right now? 8 minutes. Okay, so recap. I just wanted to come on and say, because I worked Monday and it's freaking Friday and I can't rest my whole entire life. It's bullshit. I gotta do something else. So how does somebody tell if their particular depression physically feels the same when they have depression episode, the symptoms feel the same as the burnout? If you push yourself and you're in burnout, because you're already depleted and your body's already crying and you need to heal, you physically have to heal yourself. It's like trying to do exercise or do things if you've had the flu or something and you try to do it too soon and you make yourself sick again. Only with burnout it's worse. It's not worse than the flu symptoms, but I'm just saying it's counterproductive. Depression makes you want to sleep all the time. And you have to slowly, gradually increase your activity to push against it until your brain chemistry gets better. And then you physically feel better. 2 different approaches. So I thought, anyway, in either case, I might make myself exhausted if this is burnout and not depression. I can't take it anymore. So every week I'm trying something new and it's exhausting, all the different things I try. But I'm going to try, I thought to myself today, can you believe this? I still haven't gone down to the freaking bank. We're going down today. We printed out my bank statement. This is like such a small thing. This shouldn't be this big of a deal. Anyway. I'll give you an update today. That'll give me, I'm afraid to jinx it. Oh my God. How does such little things become this big a deal? Like, when did this happen? But in any case, don't worry about that. We got it. Oh, distraction. See what I'm saying? I did take my pills. Go take your pills. I guess I'm waiting for them to kick in. I'm going to start. I'm going to have to write this down so I don't forget. Because in the morning you're groggy and you're not thinking. You know how I have like a routine I created in the morning? Like a mantra? Pills, food, protein. I gotta put walk 5 minutes in there somehow. If I walk when I first wake up, maybe they'll break through that exhaustion. Because as soon as I go to sit and eat my breakfast, I'm falling asleep. I'm so exhausted. Resting too much is bad for you. If you're in decent health, it's wicked, wicked bad. As somebody who was in nursing school, people in the medical field know this. If you rest too much, if you're too sedentary, what happens to your body? Well, your bones decide, hey, we don't really use these joints. We don't need them. So why don't we reallocate, trying to keep them functional, some of this material somewhere else? So without getting into a long thing like I do, if there's a patient who is unconscious, the nurses have to, and the caretakers have to go in, and they literally once a day have to move every single joint in the body. So they'll turn the head, they'll physically lift the arm, they'll bend the elbow, they'll move the wrist around. I mean, they have to go in and bathe the patient anyway, right? So they're doing this, it's part of their care. What happens to your joints when you don't move them? You want to take a guess? They don't just deteriorate, they fuse shut. No joke. No joke. Your bone tissue, especially if you're a lady like me in menopause age, your muscles, your body doesn't want to spend all the energy to maintain something if it doesn't need to. If you're resting and you don't need those muscles, it goes, oh, we don't need them. We will go do something else. I don't know. So that's why, I want to tell you about osseous tissue, but we'll do that for a special interest thing because that's very cool. This wasn't supposed to be 13 minutes. This is just me saying, I haven't even eaten yet. I don't want to rest anymore. And I'm just going to see. This is a thought. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm going to try it this week after I work. I might not do it the first day, but every day after that, I'm just going to try to push against it and see if I can without making myself sick. Because this is no way to live. Being exhausted all the time and resting too damn much, I'm sorry. This is no way to live. I'm trying to set a fire under my own butt, get myself in action. I don't want to live this way anymore. And what's the worst that can happen? The worst can happen is I push myself back and I have to rest some more. Whatever. I don't know what's what. Because for me, the physical symptoms of depression and burnout are very similar. Because for me, depression is very physically exhausting. I love you guys. This was like crazy rambly. I love you. You even come to my channel at all. I've been struggling so much in the last like 6 months that my symptoms are so bad, I can't even think straight to edit one video. That's why these videos are so rambling and all over the place. I can't even edit them. But regular neurotypical people will get bored and won't watch, and that's okay. And it's embarrassing, and I'm not sure how helpful it is, because I can't even pay attention to my own videos, but I don't have an editor. And my symptoms affect my ability to concentrate. So when I do try to edit, I'll spend an entire evening and I'll get through a very tiny bit. And it's not something I can do right now. But I'm fighting against this thing. We'll figure it out. This will look crazy to people who don't struggle with this. This will seem absolutely insane to you. I will look exactly like everyone else. I feel like I should be like everyone else. And that comes with its own problems. And I feel crazy. But here we are. It exists. I have to learn about it. I have to accept it. Not to give up. But figure out action steps that help my particular situation. And if you have symptoms of 2 different conditions that need opposite treatment or action steps for, and you struggle with both of them, what do you do? If the price wasn't so high for getting exhausted, like, okay, I love you. I'm going to go have my breakfast, and tonight I'm giving myself the PDA kicks in. I have really bad demand avoidance. So, and if I panic, if something is an emergency, my brain shuts down. So I haven't been able to function and do basic stuff. So I am going to overcome. We're going to overcome. I want to be powerful again. I want to bring my power back. I don't want to be a victim. When you don't have the solutions, it's hard. So it's hard not to get discouraged and depressed. And I have it anyway. So people who are neurodivergent, from what I was reading, the comorbidity rates of anxiety, depression, etc., with being neurodivergent is very, very high. So anywho, we're going to try something different. I'm going to see if I can force myself to do a small bit of walking every day next week. I'm doing it right now. I don't even want to sit and watch TV. I feel like I blink and the day's over. My time blindness, I literally feel like I'm in a house of mirrors. Like, that's the feeling, the disorientingness of having this. That's what it feels like. So how do you snap out of something that happens that you have no control over it happening, but you have to manage it? But you don't know when it's happening. How do you manage it? We're gonna figure it out, guys. And whatever I learn, I will share. I know I shouldn't be embarrassed, but I know when I was functional, like if I saw this, I'd be like, just yes, go, do it. Don't worry. Love you guys. Drink your water. Have something nutritious today if you can. Buy a bag of frozen fruit. If you have enough money that you can buy some food. I know that there's a whole unemployment issue with people whose neurodivergence is impacts them enough it interferes with their ability to work. You may not have an income. But if you have to go on food stamps, if you have to go to a food pantry, if somebody helps you, instead of the guilt and buying the cheapest food, try to think of something that's nutritious for you. There's a lot of guilt. There's a lot of guilt, especially if you're in a burnout and you used to be a lot more functional. It is a mind F. Because you think, I'm imagining this. This is crazy. And then you try to snap out of it and you can't, and you don't know why. And you don't necessarily, the distractibility and the exhaustion, there's the mental exhaustion. Anyway. I'm a mess, but it's okay. We are beautiful this way. We will fix it. I won't give up if you don't give up. On your worst day, message me. Any of my videos. Tell me what your symptoms are. Tell me what you get discouraged about. And you won't be alone. Go do something nice for yourself today. Oh, the frozen berries. Make a smoothie. Put some, if you never made it before, you put some frozen berries. If you have protein powder, if anybody around you has protein powder, or yogurt. You might have to put in, and I know it's not good for you, but put in a little fat of some sort. Like, I know cream's not good for you. I don't know. I'll do a short about that when I can think straight. But yeah, there's some shortcuts. There's some things you can do for yourself to get some better nutrition, because we can't think straight and then we grab junk food, which doesn't help. I love you guys. Thank you for supporting me. If you have ADHD or autism or neurodivergent or have a loved one who is, please support the channel. Come say hi. I am a baby channel and I'm learning. If you guys are patient with me, I'm hoping within the next, I don't know, I'm hoping by spring at least, that I heal this so I don't have to deal with this ever again. I don't know. I'm learning the skills right now. And I love to teach people. It's hard for me to do it in these videos now because my symptoms interfere with my communication and my thinking. So I'm not my old self. But as I get better, they're going to be better. And all the things that I've been wanting to do, I mean, there's just vlogs right now. I'm just kind of documenting. But this is going to change. I'm going to be able to do the shorts. I'm going to be able to do all of these things that I want to do. So if you hang in there with me, I appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good day. Do something fun. Do something that makes you feel alive. If you're burned out, do something nutritious or caring for yourself. Adjust your expectations. It hurts. Nobody wants to do it. Adjust your expectations to the level you're at that day. Sometimes that's all you can do. We'll get through it. I love you.